So this video, I took a bit of inspiration from a YouTube channel called Endless Treasures. I'll link his channel down below so you can have a look at his version. So he went from McDonald's to owning his own shop. I went from KFC to owning a six-figure company. So I'm going to show you what is achievable. So the proof is in the pudding. Now I'm going to take you with me and show you what I've achieved on my journey so far, and you can do the same. Before we go any further, I just want to say, don't be disheartened at the place you're at now, because I also came from humble beginnings, come from nothing. I had to build it up to this over many years. Come from like doing this in a one-bedroom flat, shared house in fact, and even earlier than that, but that's just where we started documenting it. And at the end of the video, I will talk more about that and provide photo evidence so you can sort of see my journey to get to where I'm at now. So now I'm going to give you a little tour of the warehouse so you can see what I've got going on here. So this is the warehouse, and as you can see, we got it all going on down here. So we got a photo bay for furniture, a photo booth for smalls. Now, believe it or not, been doing this years, decades. Only recently got that. Why, I don't know. So that is another little thing, is to say, like, trust the process. Everyone else probably got one of them from day one. Took me a long time. But I highly recommend them. Makes your pictures pop. And this is, so we just got racking aisles and aisles of stock. Everywhere, brand new, second hand. There's another aisle down there. Did have loads of shoes, but I sold them all off in the job lot. And as you can see, it's just stock here, there, and everywhere. Aisles down here. That's just toilet in there, washing machine, tumble dry. And then we've also got, we've both got a desk each. So, because before, if one of us was on the laptop, the other person couldn't do anything. So that's my desk there. Connor's is over there. And then in here, the staff room. Again, another little photo bay. Look at all this room. Little kitchen. And now I'm going to take you up the road and show you my other unit. John Luke's unit there, look.
Right next door.
Look at that beautiful sign he's got. So who remembers the M&M machine? This is the last one. It's now in use. And that just comes like that. Look at this. In operation now. Now this is the other unit. So if you remember, this was before it was just filled to the brim with furniture and it wasn't really earning its keep. So I then rented it out to John Luke, but he's now moved on to that other unit, so I've got this one back, and now this is the stock room. So this will be death pile there, and then everything else you see will be, I don't know how to explain it. So if we've got hundreds and hundreds of one item, we'll store 5 down there, and then the bulk of it up here. And as we run out of them 5, we then come down here and restock. And we've got packaging supplies. And there'll be a few big items like that that'll get stored up here. But this is the other unit. And it's set up in a way that I think it's earning its keep. So we got stuff for eBay, Also, there's stuff for the shop, like little bits of furniture and that. And then all the industrial racking is what is going to be used for like the overflow for eBay. We just got this new racking. Beastly racking, this massive. So that'll be filled up pretty soon because we filled all that up in one day. So this is a lovely little number. And this section here is for Amazon, because as well as doing eBay and the shop and YouTube, I also now do Amazon and Etsy. So any vintage pieces will get listed on Etsy, and then brand new stuff will be for Amazon. So this is for Amazon. So this is my pitch. So mine ain't as big as Endless Treasures pitch. Don't believe it is anyway. So I've had to get very creative. So we've got loads of furniture, loads of smalls. So even the cabinet that's in is for sale. All sorts in here, like vintage Pokemon. Some of these handmade coasters, pretty cool. Stuff hanging on the beams along here. Loads of vintage mid-century furniture. Vintage and new old stock beer signs. Tables, as you can see I'm having to stack stuff. That's an Aracle coffee table down there. Nice big industrial mirror. Loads of CDs and cassettes. Some vintage soap, new in its packet. Comics. All the records you can dream of. Again, more stuff hanging on the beams. More mid-century furniture. So as you can see, I've had to stack this because I ain't got as much space as Endless Treasure. I put little coasters there to protect it. This is G-Plan, I believe both of them are G-Plan. Look at that, like vintage school uniform. Pikachu outfit. The body in that is inside that. Some nice pictures on the wall. Chandeliers hanging from the top beam. Did have loads of them, but they've been selling. And then loads of clothing. All this is like music related, band tees and stuff like that. These are some Carhartt rework jackets. More band tees. Got that one, it's a Freddy Krueger one, that. Like that one. Then there's just band tees like that, all £12. Carhartt dungarees there. These are brand new. Brand new. Brand new. So there's loads of stuff. So this is my shop. And then double stacked records. So that was the shop. I get a bit awkward filming in there because you get customers walking around, and I have anxiety and that stuff. Just, I don't know how you YouTubers can do it. So I go a bit quiet and awkward, especially if someone has stood there waiting to come into my shop and I'm there filming. But so I forgot to say, there is something for everyone in there. The prices range from like £2 all the way up into the hundreds. So it doesn't matter if you want something cheap or something high end. I'm sure you will find something. And the shop is at Exeter Trading Hub, Marsh Barton, So I'm on the second floor. There's loads of other shops there. There's 2 floors and a nice cafe. So get down there and have a look. So now you see what I've got and what I've achieved. I'm gonna get down to the nitty-gritty of how I got here. Now, I've got a little script here, just so I don't forget what I want to say to you beautiful people. So, I come from nothing, like absolutely nothing. Been bankrupt twice, in 30 grand debt each time. I've struggled bad with addiction. I was an alcoholic. I was drinking every day, taking drugs, been rehab. I'm now 5.5 years clean and sober. And I was stuck in a dead-end job, which was KFC. I was there for 12 years. I've had other jobs before that. But so KFC, I was doing, I started off as a cleaner and a cook, and then I was doing day shifts, then I went on to night shifts. So I would do night shifts at KFC, then I'll be doing this during the day, and I'd get about 4 hours sleep a night. And I would turn up to my shifts drunk. Some shifts I won't even remember turning up. And I would also drink during the shifts. I would get, finish work, carry on drinking, do drugs. I was in a bad place, really dark. And it took me a long time to get out of that. I managed to get clean and sober for maybe 3.5 years. Then I relapsed for about 2 or 3 years, and then went back into rehab and recovery. And now, as I sit here, I am 5.5 years clean and sober. I finally left my job, and now I just do this full time. So I went from having 30 grand debt working at KFC to now running a 6-figure limited company. I've got 1 member of staff, and I'm gonna put pictures up on the screen here or here, showing you the journey I have been on. Now, my journey goes back further than these pictures, years previous to these pictures, but this is just when I started documenting it. So started off, so I'm just going to talk about the pictures I'm putting up on the screen. So started off in a shared house. So I lived in 1 room. In that 1 room, I had to live and run a business from it, as well as having my youngest son on the weekend and holidays and stuff like that. So I was doing all that from just 1 tiny little room. So that just proves you can start this business from anything. I would have stuff stashed away here, there and everywhere in this 1 room. So on top of the fridge, in drawers, in cupboards, in boxes under my bed. So I was having to climb under the bed and get it all out. At one point I even had cardboard boxes stacked up on 1/2 of my double bed. So I would go to sleep with the boxes on the bed, because I also had boxes stacked up everywhere else. It was a living nightmare, but I was dedicated to it. So I was doing the same day in, day out, not really seeing a difference, thinking, is this going to go anywhere? But I stayed disciplined and I stayed consistent, and I'd done the same thing day in, day out. I didn't have a car either, so going to charity shops, car boots, I was doing that on buses, taxis, relying on friends, walking, and I'll be hanging bags off the pram. And it was graft for years, and I've done it, I stuck at it. And I just tried to be 1% better each day than I was the day before. And you can all do the same. And I went from, after that, so I went from the bedroom to renting out a spare room in a shared house, and that became my office. And then from there I went to a storage unit. I don't know why I'd done that, to be fair, because when I had the spare room I had electric and everything. Everything was right there where I needed it to be. Then I moved out of that and went to a storage unit which had no electric, and I had to store everything in the storage unit. So each day I would go down to the storage unit, grab what I wanted to list, take it home, list it, test it, and then go back to the storage unit and put it back in storage. Sorry, that's a doorbell going off. I'm just going to turn it off. I'm back. And then also I would have to pick orders, bring them home, pack them, then take them to a drop-off point. And again, remember, I've got no car. No, sorry, at that point I did have a car. So I went into recovery, and that's when I learned to drive. But previous to the storage unit, I had no car. So I'd have to pack it all, take it to drop-off points with no car. So you can start this business without a car. And I went from the storage unit to a small office, but at the time, like, I thought that was huge. And then I went from there to half of this warehouse, and I shared the other half with Joe, Closet Geek. He used to have a YouTube channel, but he doesn't anymore. And then he went to somewhere else, I won't say in case he doesn't want me to say, into a bigger premises, and then I took this whole place on to myself. And then I went from having this whole place to getting another unit down the road, and then I went from having that unit to a shop. So I've now got a unit, a warehouse, a shop. I do Etsy, eBay and Amazon and YouTube, but I don't really get paid from YouTube. You get about 20-30 quid a month. Other YouTubers may get a lot more than that, but I don't get much. So what I'm saying is, as long as you stay disciplined and consistent, you too can get to where I'm at, or even bigger. I ain't stopping here. I'm going to keep going and keep leveling up. And so yeah, it's hard speaking to a camera when there's no one here. But what I'm saying is, anybody can get to where I'm at now as long as they work hard. And even though you are your own boss, you need self-discipline. You can't be taking days off or weeks off willy-nilly, coming in as and when you please. You've still got to be self-disciplined to put the hours in and make it work. So 5.5 years clean and sober, and I'll now run a 6-figure limited company. If I can do it, you can do it too. So there we have it. And don't forget to go on over, I'll link it down below, to Endless Treasures, and check out his YouTube channel as well. Cheers for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.